All right, guys. How y'all doing? I am back. This is Joe Detre, and I wanted to get back with you guys. Was having some a little bit of technical difficulties earlier, but I think we're good now. We're back on. We're live, and hopefully on Facebook. I think everything is going well. I'm checking all the stuff. It says I'm broadcasting. I think we're good. So, wanted to get back with you guys because it's been a while since I've done a live training. I have a new setup here, and I'm feeling good about it. And I wanted to talk to you guys. The title of this video is The Tale of Two Roads. And I labeled that because as leaders, we can go down two kinds of roads as leaders. And I wanted to go on a different track today because it's talking about our leader mindset and how positivity versus negativity can really rock our world as a leader as we go on through life. And it started out a while back. There was a captain. His name was Captain Cruz. Well, he wasn't a captain at the time. He was a cadet at the time, and I was a buck sergeant in the military. And for those of you guys that don't know what a buck sergeant is, that's a like a fresh, newly promoted sergeant, E5 type, and the rank structure. That's like the first type of sergeant that can be. I mean, there are corporals out there, but as far as being a non-commissioned officer in the military, sergeant is the first kind of real step of being a I guess a higher leader that people look to in the military. I was a new sergeant, buck sergeant, and I was having a real bad day. People weren't listening to me like I thought they should be listening to me. Things weren't going as I planned. And this new cadet, he came up to me and he asked me, "Well, hey, how's it going, Sergeant Detre?" And I was like, just started spewing all these negative things that are happening, people not listening, this and that, this and that, this and that. And he kind of stopped me in a polite way, and he was upfront with me. He said, "Hey, you're being kind of negative." And I was like, "Whoa!" I took a step back and I'm like, "Wow, I am being negative. I'm not. I don't like being negative. I didn't want to be negative. I didn't want to be seen as a negative leader." And it kind of, and I'm glad for that. And and thankfully I'm still connect with him sometimes on Facebook, and I'm glad to see that he's now a captain and he's doing quite well. He has a great family, and he's just a, as far as I'm concerned, and of what I'm seeing him, he's still a great leader. And you know what? He was a leader back then, and he wasn't afraid to challenge me about my attitude, which comes to our topic and the title of this video, which is a tale of two roads. So I'm gonna go ahead and share. Hopefully, everything will work on this. I've been trying to tweak this, and this is a new system, a new platform I'm on. I'm gonna share with you a little something here. All right. Hopefully, it'll work out well. It looks like things are being shared. Okay, looking good so far. So hopefully, you can see there right next to me. It says a tale of two roads. Now, one road, if you look to the left, it's like a regular road, a highway, and then the other road is a dirt road. And this kind of symbolizes something in our lives, is that when we keep on thinking more about the negative things that are going on in life, guess what? It's just going to keep on piling on, piling on, piling on. And there was a new term that I learned recently from a thought leader, and his first name is Nick, and I can't remember for the life of me his last name, but he's amazing, amazing person. And later on, I'll put who that reference is in there, so if I want to take a look at him. But he was talking about how he was so successful, making all kinds of money, being an influencer, helping people to be lead more positive lives. But there was one day that he was with some friends and somebody came up to him and said something negative to him. And when that negative thought came to his mind, he started stacking the negative thoughts in his life. And those negative thoughts reminds me of a road, like this road that we see right here, right before you, on the left side, the road that's fully paved. And when we start stacking negative thoughts, one upon another, like you say, if you can imagine bricks being stacked, it's going to make a real smooth kind of a way to travel on. Now, those negative thoughts can lead us down a road of destruction. Like this gentleman, Nick, he was talking about it that that negative thought came to his mind and he kept on remembering all the failures and the things that was going on. And to the point where he got suicidal and he thought about killing himself. And I was like, this is crazy. And he thought the same way too. He's like, wait a minute. He had to take a step back and say, you know what? I can't let these things start stacking in my mind that lead to destruction, to lead to self destruction in my life and make me think about killing myself. And that's where I want to point you guys to the road on the right, the dirt road. Hopefully it's like that for you guys. The road on the right is a dirt road. And it's something that we don't travel down that much because we're always concentrating on the left side of the road, the negative thoughts that come into our minds when we need to be focusing on the good things. Like the Bible tells us to think upon things that are positive, good, righteous, lovely, things that are are praiseworthy for a reason. Because guess what? When we start stacking the right things in our life, like that road that's over to the on the right side, you know what? If we start stacking good things on that road, it won't be a rocky road anymore. You know what? It'll start turning into a road that is paved with good bricks and good blocks. So it'll be easier for us to travel down that road and it won't be a dirt road anymore. It'll be a road paved with good affirmations, good thoughts, things that are praiseworthy in our lives. So when we come across that negative brick or that negative thought, we can easily get rid of it. And I want to show you guys this here, this little uh, Google map thing. And I'm not plugging Google or anything, but is a road, is a Highway 41. It's a road that's in Florida. If you're familiar with Florida, on the west coast of Florida, there's like Tampa, Fort Myers, Naples, and then Highway 41 cuts across Florida to Miami. Now, I used to go on this road here looking for pythons. If some of y'all know, I used to survey for pythons in the Everglades in the Florida National Parks and Big Cypress. There you can see in there, looking for pythons to get them out of there to help get the ecosystem back in the Everglades back to normal, back to the way it was prior to when the pythons were released. There's a lot of different stories about why the pythons were released. Hurricane Andrew, somebody escaped, or people throwing their pythons out in the Everglades because they don't want their python because it got too big. Well, whatever the case is that I was part of the swamp apes and part of the FWC, Florida Fish and Wildlife Commission, and I helped with getting the pythons out of there so they can, the mammals and everything can start growing, getting back to normal. Also with the swamp apes, we would go out there and get pythons to help veterans as well with the Swamp Apes organization to help them cope with PTSD, which is a very good organization. If you have a chance and you're in South Florida, check out the Swamp Apes. Volunteer, go out there and help out the veterans to cope and deal with PTSD by going out there and getting pythons. It's a great experience. Take my word for it. Trust me, it's cool, even if you don't like snakes. Um, well, I was traveling down this road, going back to the story. I was traveling down this road going from, if you want to look at it from left to right, which was heading from the west to east, going down the highway. Then all of a sudden, there was a crash, and that was my only way to get back. The traffic got backed up really bad because they had to close off both directions of that highway, and it was getting late. My wife Violet was calling me up, trying to figure out, well, hey, what's taking so long? I'm like, hey, I'm stuck on this road here, and fire on the road. This car caught on fire. Don't know which way to go. And you know what? When we go down that highway of stacking stuff that is negative, there's going to be a crash somewhere. And you know what? This training is trying to help you to avoid getting into those negative crashes as a leader, that nothing can't go right. No one's going to listen to me. I'm in a bad position. Whatever that thought that's going through your mind, you can change it, just like that cadet who's now a captain told me, "Hey, man, you're thinking about too many negative things. You need to change your mindset about that." And I'm trying to help you out here, trying to be a friend to you, to let you know that, you know what? You don't have to stay in that negative mindset anymore. Get out of that negative mindset that you're not going to achieve anymore, that you're too old or too young and you can't succeed in life. Trust me, if you're 21 or if you're 41, you're 51, 61, you can still change your mindset and make your life better now. This is what happened on that little trip. I realized when I was near that crash site that, hey, there's a loop road. I can get back home. Guess what? If you're going down a negative road, you can still change your direction and go down the other road, which on this little depiction here is called Loop Road. There was a loop road. All I had to do was go back, redirect myself. Now, Loop Road here is, the majority of it was a dirt road. But I was like, you know what? I need to get home. I need to get to my final destination. And I'm not going to sit here and wait on this crash road. I need to go down the dirt road and get back home. So guess what? I went back, got on that loop road. There were still people hung up on that road over there because of the crash. But guess what? I went around and I got home, and I tried to tell some people that was behind me, hey, you know what? Hey, follow me, which one person did. The other people weren't getting the idea. This one guy did. He followed me around, and guess what? We got out of there. And you know, and I want to encourage you guys, like I'm trying to encourage you right now. Get off that road of negativity. Even though it's easy to go down, even nowadays it's easy to go down that negative road. Get off that negative road. Stop stacking up the negativity. Get off that negative road and start filling your mind with positive thoughts, with gratitudes, with things that you're happy about, things that bring happiness into your life. Think upon the things that are good in your life. Give thanks to God for all the blessings that are in your life, and go down that other road. And guess what? It might be a little bumpy at first because we're so used to going down that negative road, but you can go down that positive road and put some positive affirmations, blessings, honor, and things that are good in your life to bring positivity, and start stacking that road with positive at stuff. Guess what? That road's going to be easier to go down. Let me throw some little goodness at you, some positivity that I spotted here. And this scripture, because you know it all starts in the mind. And if we don't have our spirit right about what's going on in the world, everything else is just going to go down the wrong path. So in Matthew chapter 7, verses 13 and 14, is a very interesting situation here, the tale of two roads. And it says on the left side, it says, enter through the narrow gate, for the gate is wide, the road is broad that leads to destruction. There are many who go through it. And you know what's the interesting thing about this chapter? It talks about, at the beginning of this chapter, about judging others. Talks about, hey man, getting the plank out of your own eye before you talk about the speck in somebody else's eye. And I'm trying to help you guys out here. because we start going down that road of negativity, and we need to really check our inner selves because it's beneficial. Stop going down that road that's easily paved with negativity and social media, news, and everything else like that that's so negative that you forget about that other road of positive things about the family that you love, the blessings that you have, the health that you have, the the things in your life that you've had that were so positive, things that you have in the future that you can look forward to. Even though all this stuff is going on, we still have a future and a hope. First of all, in God and our families, in the future, if we stay positive, that we can see the future in a better way and opportunities that are still before you. But guess what? It says over here on the right side, narrow is the gate and difficult the road that leads to life, and few find it. But you know why? It's because people keep on stacking on the other side of the road, on that other road over there that is not leading to positivity, it's not leading to growth, that's not leading to development, that's not leading to blessings. Guys, get on that other road and start stacking that other road so it's not so difficult and it leads to life. And guess what? Just like when I tried to help that guy when I was on that other road, I say, man, hey, I know how to get out of here. Guess what? When you start going down that road of positivity, of blessing, of honor, of looking upon things that are good in your life, blessings, you can lead others down that same road too. And that's what I'm trying to help you guys out. See here. Do I got another slide? You know what, guys? I just hope that this was a blessing to you and that you can see that, you know what? You don't always have to go stacking and stacking and stacking the negativity, but you can stack on the good things in life. Try to make a good habit of that daily. Like one of the things, give you a little tip. One of the things that I committed to myself to doing is at 9 o'clock in the morning, 9 o'clock at night, I try to find something to be grateful about. You know what? After a while, it's not so hard. Like the other day, I was so thankful for my wife. The other day, as I remembered, oh man, I remember having time with my dad, throwing the football around, and he was trying to teach me how to throw the spiral. Great times, beautiful times. Another thing, I was remember the other day, I was so thankful for the sunrise that I can feel the sun rays hitting me, warming my body. Then I remembered when my wife and I, after my retirement, we went to Hawaii and never thought about going to Hawaii before. But for my retirement, I said, look, you know what? We haven't traveled anywhere. And I said, hey, let's go to Hawaii. And thank God, I was able to save money. We were able to save money and we were able to take a trip. And it was actually didn't cost as much as we thought it would. And we had a wonderful time together. Think upon the things that are good, lovely, praiseworthy in your life. Stack those things up. Reach out to your family and tell them that you love them. Simple things in life that you can appreciate, take in, hold, and be a blessing in your life. And you know what? I also wanted to share with you guys. Hey, in the details in this thing, I'm giving a free training. It's a free detoxing the leader training challenge. It's a 1 hour's worth of training to challenge us to be leaders that we would want to follow. Just go ahead and check it out. I'd like to get your input back on that. Click on the link and go through the training. It's free. Uh, I'd like to get your feedback on it, like I said, and to tell me what you thought about the training and how it can apply to you. Hey guys, peace. Thank you for taking time to listen to this, and I hope it gave you some good insights, gave you some good input, and God bless and good night.